All right, a lot of tariff talk today. Joining us now, John Carney, Breitbart finance and economics editor, co-author of the fabulous daily Breitbart Business Digest. Welcome back, John. What is President Trump telling us today?
He's telling us that they are going to roll out some tariffs on April 2nd, but they're probably going to have to do more work on the entire world tariffs. Look, it was always a heavy lift to come in and say, we're going to figure out how much all the tariffs are and what the appropriate responses will be. Because remember, reciprocal tariffs, we say, we'll charge you what you charge us. But it's a lot more complicated once you get into the details. And I think that what they're working out is we're not really going to have the entire world tariffs ready.
That's the thing.
By April 2nd.
You can't look at 180 countries and every product that those 180 countries make. That's who we trade with. On the other hand, you look at the 15 largest, which I kind of think that's where they're going. Canada, Mexico, China, etc., European Union. And that's what the Wall Street Journal was implying this morning. I don't know that what they said is absolutely right. I'm not sure that internally that they figured out exactly what they're going to do. But I think as you say, whatever it is, it's going to be simpler and probably smaller in size than people feared, last month when the stock market started going down.
That's right. Look, if a country puts a 15% tariff on U.S. cars, but they don't make cars, we can't respond with a tariff on their cars. We have to respond on a product they make and care about. And so when you look at these things, you really have to think, okay, it's a lot more complicated. And I'm not sure if the Wall Street Journal story is absolutely right. I talked to 5 different people in different parts of the government, and I got 4 different stories out of what's happening. So they are figuring it out. It's happening in real time. It was always a very quick, going from, on March 3rd, when we were just going to do a 25% tariff on everybody, or 10%, and then a 25% tariff on Canada, Mexico. The 10% tariff on everybody is really simple. Mm-hmm. This tariff, which is better, but it's a lot more complicated, is going to take some time to work out.
Look, I'm all for reciprocity, always have been. They may have come out of the chute, though, a little fast and a little hard. The other thing is you're going to use National Economic Emergency, IEPA, for that. I don't know if that'll hold up in the courts. You're going to use 301, which is unfair trading practices, which is what I think they should use. You're going to use 232, which is national security type issues. They could use that. They're probably going to have a lengthy review process, too. Certain countries may be named, but then you have to review what it is you're going to name. One other thought I thought here, take a look at the tax cuts, which come to, let's call it $5 trillion. Right. Maybe more, because his Trump 2.0 is probably going to add on another 500, 600 billion. Okay. Take a look at the deregulation of Biden's costs. That's over $1 trillion. Okay. The tariffs aren't going to come but more than couple $100 billion. Here's my point. My point is not against the reciprocity program. My point is to people in the market and elsewhere. The stimulus from tax cuts and deregulation, the incentives, is so much greater than the tariffs. Stop obsessing about tariffs. This is going to create his whole program taken together is going to take an economic boom.
I think the media isn't helping very much, because you would think that we imported most of our economy, but that's not true at all. We import a very small portion of our economy. And so this idea that tariffs are everything has been nonsense all along. Much more important are our domestic policies, our tax rates, the full depreciation that you talked about earlier in the show. Making that retroactive is huge for companies.
That's much more important than tariffs.
Much bigger. And what we're going to see is, I think, the business community coming to understand this. And I would warn people, though, Trump isn't really backing off of tariffs. They're saying that. He's not backing off of tariffs. What he's saying is they're going to have to figure this out for a little while longer. As you said, I think the grounds for what tariffs are going to go in is going to be different depending on what you're tariffing. Look, you could probably do national security for semiconductors, right? But you can't do it for the entire trade deficit. That is really going to have to be linked much more to the unfair trade practices. So I think we're going to see various justifications, because you want this to hold up in the court of law. A disaster would be to come forth with the tariffs and have these activist judges strike them down.
I think they're going to wind up using common sense.
Yes.
And I don't want them to back off the reciprocity. I think it's a very good policy. Anyway, we'll leave it there. John Carney at Breitbart. Appreciate it very much.